Got me reminiscing back to when days were great. Got me wishing it was 1988.
Got me reminiscing back to when times were great. Got me wishing it was 1988.
What's up, limesters and hip-hop enthusiasts? I am Scholar, representing JP Lime Productions, and we're back once again to bring you our Rap Flashback June edition. June is my favorite month of the year for a few reasons, which we'll discuss at various points throughout the segment. But for starters, while many consider Memorial Day weekend in May the unofficial start to summer, let's be honest here. It doesn't really feel like summertime until June comes around. And with that in mind, we'll start with DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince's long-standing and epic summer anthem, Summertime. Originally released in May of 1991, on its way to peaking at number 4 on the Billboard 100 and number 1 on the hip-hop R&B charts by late summer of that year, Will Smith and longtime partner in crime, Jazzy Jeff, would re-release an updated version of the track entitled Summertime 3 in June of 2012. While on the surface, this isn't necessarily a big deal to most, it is to me, and I'm running this segment, so let's roll with it. All kidding aside, truth be told, as much as I enjoy gangster reality rap, 80s rap, and that 90s boom bap sound, from my first listen back in 91 at the age of 11 till today, Summertime remains my favorite song across any genre, period. When the month of June comes around, this track inevitably finds its way back on major rotation on radio stations, music video channels, and cookouts all over the world. Let's face it, Summertime is the quintessential summer track, and for that, along with, of course, it being my jam, even its lesser-famed 2012 re-release warrants a mention on the Flashback this month. On that note, let's move on to some noteworthy June album and track releases. Kicking off this segment, one of the greatest to ever do it, the Notorious B.I.G., released Party and Bullshit on June 28, 1993. Today, this song is often overlooked and underappreciated, mainly due to the fact that it was released before Biggie's debut, Ready to Die. But make no mistake about it, Party and Bullshit is a bona fide street party anthem that showcased Biggie's lyrical prowess and helped introduce him to the world at large. The buzz that this song helped create would spawn one of the most important, albeit brief, careers in hip-hop history. Salutes to Biggie Smalls. Rest in power. Moving on, June has been a big month for album release dates over the years. On June 7th, 1988, EPMD released their debut album, Strictly Business. Though the album peaked at a modest number 80 on the Billboard charts, it went gold 4 months after its release, no small feat for a rap album back in the 80s. Featuring the smash record You Gots to Chill, Strictly Business is one of just 43 albums to ever receive 5 mics from the source, and as such has withstood the test of time as a seminal record from what many consider to be the golden age of rap. Another notable 80s album released in June is Big Daddy Kane's debut, Long Live the Kane, which dropped on June 21st, 1988, and features one of the dopest tracks of the 80s, Ain't No Half Steppin'. This track is so funky, my bandmate Professor would quote it on our Ode to the 80s track entitled 88, fiercely proclaiming that
Ain't no half stepping. Big Daddy Kane said it wasn't allowed.
Thank you, Prof. That was fierce. I can't believe it. Moving right along. Heavy D and the Boys released their second album, Big Time, on June 12, 1989. Featuring tracks from in-house producer DJ Eddie F., as well as Teddy Riley and Marley Marl. And with co-production efforts from Heavy D's younger cousin, Pete Rock, this album definitely had an R&B mainstream appeal to it. Radio-friendly singles, We Got Our Own Thing and Somebody For Me, were received well as they offered rap fans a lighthearted, dance-friendly balance to the political and hardcore edge that Public Enemy and Ice-T were incorporating in their music at the time. Big Time peaked at number 1 on the hip-hop R&B charts and number 19 overall on the Billboard 200. And on a personal note, when Heavy D passed away a few years ago, I felt like hip-hop lost part of its innocence. As much as I love the street edge that rap music developed over its lifetime, there's a certain joy in listening to groups like Heavy D and the aforementioned DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince for making fun, groovy rap music that people from all ages can enjoy without worrying about censoring swears or spewing hypersexual and or violent innuendo. Rest in power, Heavy D, you are missed. On to the 90s. June 23rd, 1992 marked the release of Eric B. and Rakim's fourth studio album, Don't Sweat the Technique, featuring the street anthem, Know the Ledge, which also appeared on the soundtrack for Juice, a film starring Tupac Shakur, who we'll discuss more in a minute, as I'm sure you've figured out by now, given my attire today. On June 4th, 1996, the Lost Boys released their debut record, Legal Drug Money, a solid album which many forget nowadays. Renee, Jeeps, Lex Coupes, Beamers, and Benzes, and my personal favorite, Music Makes Me High, are all standout tracks. Not sure why these guys don't get more love these days, but those are the breaks, I suppose. Rest in power, Freaky Ta. The Jigga Man, Jay-Z, released his classic debut record, Reasonable Doubt, on June 25th, 1996. Discussing the career that this album spearheaded will be a segment for another rap flashback, but I will say that when I first heard Jay-Z on Dead Presidents, I was immediately intrigued. Then I heard Can't Knock the Hustle and thought to myself, damn, this guy's dope. I also remember being in the car with my family, driving through New York on a trip to New Jersey, and listening to Hot 97 when Brooklyn's Finest came out, and at that point, I was hooked. This Jigga dude actually matched Biggie lyric for lyric, I thought. I remember buying Reasonable Doubt with no doubt in my mind that I'd enjoy it as much as a Doggy Style or an Illmatic, and sure enough I did. Major salute to Hov for this one, still one of my favorite listens to this day. Capping off the 90s, Capone and Noriega released The War Report on June 17, 1997, and Wyclef would release his solo effort, The Carnival, on June 24, 1997. And we'll close out the segment with notable post-year 2000 releases. Chi-Town's own Kanye West, of both Jesus Walks and No Church in the Wild fame, released his sixth solo effort, Yeezus, on June 18, 2013. Can I get an amen?
Amen!
On June 18, 2010, Eminem released Recovery, an album in which he discussed his then recently achieved sobriety. Well, I was happy for Eminem for kicking his drinking and drugging habits. As a fan, a big fan at that, I gotta say this is my least favorite Eminem record. But again, I'm glad he got sober. Young Money artist Drake released his debut album, Thank Me Later, which featured the top 10 hit Find Your Love on June 14, 2010. And lastly, fellow Young Money standout Lil Wayne, whose real name is Dwayne Michael Carter, released the third installment in his The Carter series, aptly titled The Carter 3, June 10th, 2008. Really? Third installment in the Carter series, aptly titled The Carter 3? Who the heck is writing this stuff?
Scholar, you read all your own material.
Shut up, Spaceman!
Spaceman, he's not here today.
Oh, just shut up. Just shut up. Damn! To close out the rap flashback this month, let's get into some birthdays and anniversaries. The most notable hip-hop June birthday is that of the iconic Tupac Shakur, as he rapped on the song Crazy off the posthumous Machiavelli album. June 1671, the day mama pushed me out of womb, told me play it, get paid. Though he would pass at a mere 25 years old, the catalog of music he left behind is expansive. In true Gemini fashion, his rhymes were at times fun, controversial, revolutionary, sentimental, and vengeful, but most importantly, typically memorable, as evidenced by the lasting impression he's left on hip-hop culture and popular culture as a whole. His greatest hits album, released in 1998, would be certified diamond in June of 2011, a testament to his legacy, as over the course of a decade plus, new and old fans are still buying his music. Nearly 20 years after his death, his lyrics are still often quoted, his themes revisited, and his style mimicked, or at least interpolated upon. His influence will no doubt continue to withstand the test of time. Rest in power, Pac, and happy birthday. Other notables who were born in June include Cypress Hill lead man Be Real, June 2nd, 1970. Mark Wahlberg, who long before his groundbreaking role in Boogie Nights, used the alias Marky Mark to, along with his Funky Bunch, give rap music a try back in the early 90s. From Good Vibrations to Dirk Diggler. Sounds about right, no? June 5th, 1971, by the way. Hip-hop's latest femme fatale, the gorgeous Australian with a southern flow, Iggy Azalea, June 7th, 1990. Our boy Yeezus himself, Mr. Kanye West, June 8th, 1977. NWA is well represented in June by group affiliate The DLC, June 10th, 1968, as well as lead MCs MC Ren and Ice Cube, born on June 14th and June 15th, 1969, respectively. Can we call them Geminis with attitudes? Maybe not. Compton, California makes our list again with the Good Kid, Mad City rapper Kendrick Lamar, June 17th, 1987. Bone Thugs and Harmony lead man Crazy Bone, June 17th, 1973. The Grammy-winning Macklemore, June 19th, 1983. Super producer Pete Rock, who we mentioned earlier, June 21st, 1970. Old school legend Schoolie D, June 22nd, 1962. And Jigga's hype man, Memphis Bleek, June 23rd, 1978. And of course, I can't get through a June birthday segment without mentioning one, Ivan De Jesus, aka Scholar from JP Line Productions, born on June 3rd, 1980. That's right, y'all. I just shouted myself out in the third person, but it's okay, because I was born on the 3rd. Lastly, I'd like to close by saluting my bandmates, Spaceman and Professor, who along with myself made this JP Line Productions Limited Liability Corporation thing official on June 2nd, 2010. That's right, y'all. JP Line is a Gemini. And that's all I got for you today, folks. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us and encourage you to keep in tune with all things Lime at www.jplineproductions.com. We'll be back next month dropping some more knowledge on the July edition of Rap Flashback. Till then, for my partners Professor and Spaceman, I am Scholar, signing off. Lime on, my peoples.